Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Franco here, and I'm back with another Clash of Clans video. And today I want to go over our clan capital here. So I haven't talked about our clan capital in a little while, and I want to review it before the next raid weekend starts. So this one was a little bit weak. We only got 1,088 raid medals, and what I wanted to try to do is kind of like keep a log of how many raid medals we get and everything, so we can see all these kind of pointless stats like offensive reward 984, defensive reward 204, total capital loot, raids completed, total attacks, enemy districts destroyed. Um, Whatever. We keep getting trophies, but like it doesn't really matter because our like raid medals aren't really correlated to trophies a lot of the time. And what I really try to keep track of is how many people get all six attacks in. So we have 24 that got all six, and then we missed one. So then down to 34, so that would be excluding one, 33, 34, 35. So only 35 people got all their attacks in. And that resulted in, well, we did get through a decent amount of districts, but that resulted in the 1188. And what I've been trying to do is it's kind of annoying, like for clan wars and stuff, you can have like your war log and you can see like your wins, your losses, like what percentage you got. I think it's cool to see some stats, but it's kind of annoying how you can't see any stats for Clan Capital. When you click the Clan Capital page, there is nothing. It just says Capital League, Capital Trophies. That's it, and it tells you what district hall level you are and how many upgrades you have. That's it. I feel like it's kind of bare bones. So what I've done is I started. Well, I'm just starting because when people join, they're always like, "How many raid medals you get?" I'm like, honestly, I don't really know. So if you see right here, I pinned this message, and this is what I keep track of. So raid weekend on March 18th, we got 1188 medals, and how many total six attacks people got was 35. And I really want to get that number up so then hopefully we can hit like 1,300 raid medals or something because I'm pretty sure the week before we got like 1,208, but I'm not exactly sure because I don't remember. There's no way to see that stat. So I'm going to keep marking it every weekend. And I think we kind of hit a new record here. So I think I actually hit the new record on the highest amount of capital gold the clan has ever seen on Franco 2. Not trying to brag or anything, but like I thought it would be cool to show it off. Um, and it wasn't on my main account. I kind of failed on my main account a couple times, but one of these replays was really nasty. It might actually be this one. So my first attack, I go in here against Wizard Valley, and this is a default Wizard Valley, and it is kind of under leveled. And you can see that there's 7,700 capital gold available, and you just drop some skeleton barrels on these free ruins down here, and these skeletons will wipe all the way through because the bombs down in this little corner actually won't get activated. And I preemptively dropped the heal spells and just went in with like basically mass hogs. This was like one of the tutorials I saw. And I've had people in the comments ask like, what tutorial are you talking about? Is it like from Clash Bashing? And it's not. What I usually watch is this YouTuber called Sen, and he makes really good tutorials. And I've actually never attempted this base because you never really see Wizard Valley as default. And honestly, I didn't really even know if it was default because I don't really recognize it for how little you see it. So I was like, hey, watch this video one time through, copied the army, and I was like, all right, let's go into it. Let's see what happens. So luckily, this little minion goes down there, starts cleaning up there, but you can see that there are a lot of hogs left, and they might have like not been on the greatest health here, but they're about to approach the heal spell, and then what you want to do is you want to drop a giant and a barbarian to tank the giant cannons, just enough so that the hogs survive. And right about now, like, I was kind of winging it. I like dropped the heal spells where I needed, and for the most part, you just drop most of your troops right in the beginning there, and then I was like, oh, this is actually really easy. So the one shot on default Wizard Valley is surprisingly like extremely easy for some reason. So I did this like this is the first time I've ever attempted this ever. I've never attempted Wizard Valley and I one shotted it. So I think it helped that a lot of the stuff was kind of under leveled, but it wasn't too under leveled because I still got I think well we'll see at the end, but about like 8,000 capital gold. So that's clearly how you get 32,000 capital gold is you just get one massive one shot. So yeah, I mean, then to finish off the attack here with some cleanup and everything, and I don't really even think time was an issue, but I really wanted to show off this attack because I wanted to have some proof that I actually did it, and I kind of like was forgetting when I was about to record this video which district I even one shot because I knew I did one of them that I've never done before, and I wasn't sure if it was like Builder's Workshop or something. So yeah, we got 7,890 plus 150, so that is oh yeah, that's 8,000 or above 8,000. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's a lot of capital gold because if you get 8,000 for 6 attacks, what is that? Wait, is my math right? Yeah, 48,000. Yeah, 48,000. That's crazy. So I went in here to try to one-shot Builder's Workshop, and I've attempted this one so many times. This is what you got to do. You got to drop a dragon, and then you got to drop some of these barrels to tank. And one of those barrels went up to that spear thrower, and the dragon is taking a fuck ton of damage here. So dragon stays alive, and what you got to do is you got to make sure this dragon, obviously it's going to arc around like that way. That's how you want it to go. You got to make sure that it can take out the wizard, and somehow it didn't. It didn't take out the wizard tower. I guess that air defense did too much damage to it. And then you can't really drop the skeletons here. So this could be a one-shot if you do it properly. And you want to drop like this skeleton spell so that when the dragon dies, you get air Larrys. Or Larrys are the name for the skeletons, I think. Yeah, right. Air Larrys. It's funny how I said that, and I did like that's like second nature for me to call them air Larrys. But yeah, the skeletons was the skeleton spell, like right there. But yeah, this was a bit of a fail. But if I would have gotten this, this would have been another 8,000 capital gold in the well, capital gold attack, and so that would have put me at 16,000 in 2 attacks. And I think what did the second place person have like 26,000? There's a chance that in 3 attacks. Yeah, 3 attacks-ish, I could have had the #1 spot. But yeah, so I failed there, and I go in with the second attack. I think I just... Oh, okay, so the next attack, I guess I went to Balloon Lagoon. And this is how you do the Balloon Lagoon. This is the default base, and I don't think I actually succeeded in this one-shot here. So yeah, I guess I take another chance at the one-shot. I think I was really just, like, risking it on this account here. So... Tragedy strikes, the wizards, oh my god, the bomb tower here, I kind of forgot to, but the wizards take a shit ton of damage, and that's like what you can't have. If that happens, you're kind of screwed. And if you place the lightning spell on that one hut, and then the dragon in the rage spell on that middle hut, it will wipe out all those defenses in one breath, and I basically have a full health dragon on the back end. So at least that went properly, but like without the wizards, you kind of can't get through this area. If the wizards would have just survived, I would have easily cleared through all this. And with the skeleton barrels up top, like this would have been a one-shot because there's just not that strong of defenses up here, especially with these skeletons. If everything's timed perfect, like this is a pretty, at least easy one-shot up till here. But at least I ended up still getting 6,400 capital gold, which is pretty good. Like you can't really complain with that, obviously. Because that would be 36,000 if you got 6 attacks of 6,000. But then I think I just started to fail a little bit. So I might have done the first attack with like my main account or something. So then I just settled for like a 4,000 capital gold attack. And a lot of the time, like the easiest strategy is just going with the skeleton spells, mass, battle rams, and barbarians. But you can't really do that when it's the second attack. So when it is the second attack, you kind of gotta like get a little bit creative. So I was like thinking like maybe super dragons can clean up if every like single air defense is frosted basically. And I actually don't even remember if this one went through, but we do have the single inferno. We do have it doesn't seem like there's nearly enough firepower. That's probably why I decided to do this strategy. Especially on Wizard Valley, this is like one of the easiest districts to take out because like it's never really upgraded as much as Barbarian Camp, and like the defenses that it has like aren't that good, and like the terrain of it like isn't that good. Like it's on this like island, it's kind of cheesy, and you don't have like a lot of like blast blows, rocket artilleries. But I actually thought this was pretty cool. So the dragons have like 30 seconds from right here. They are slow as balls. They just like fly so slow across the map. I actually wasn't sure if I was going to time fail, because like right here when they were there, I had like a minute left, and I was like, oh, a minute to fly up and back, easy. Because I know in like home village, like regular attacks, it takes 17 seconds to travel from builder hut to builder hut with like the archer queen. So I was like, oh, So that has to be like double as fast. So I was like 30 seconds, like a minute will be fine. Minute was not fine. But I tried to take advantage of another Balloon Lagoon. That semi-default layout, so I saw that we could take advantage of these buildings and some of these back-end buildings, so I was like, hey, I could probably cheese it. But I misclicked the dragon, and the dragon started spraying the spear thrower instead of that middle building like I was talking about. And when that happens, the dragon's just going to get significantly less value and take significantly more fire. It didn't matter too much because the dragon still got a lot of value, but that was a little bit of a mess up. And then I don't even think I got that much value on this attack because it wasn't default layout, and like I went half default attack. Yeah, so I go in with the skeleton barrels. Let's see how much capital gold I get on this. It's probably not too much. I probably could have done a little bit better. Um, or I probably could have just been a little bit more patient and tried to attack another district. That's like a little bit, yeah, so I only got like 4,200. That's like average for everything. I think there's one more attack here, right? Yeah, so I actually try to finish off this base. Not really sure how successful it goes, but that's the whole point of Clan Capital is like anybody can kind of climb to the top of the leaderboards. Like whenever I post a Clan Capital video, I always have someone in the comments being like, "Yo, I got 50,000." Like, yeah, and I'm just like, "Cool, man." Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, our district hall isn't that high level. Like, we don't have all the best troops, and like, it really just depends on how much you cheese it. So if I were to go in with like my first attack and just drop all the spells and then end the battle, and then with my second attack go on my other account and then just get like all the capital gold, like you could do that for some districts, and like technically it's still two attacks, but like really the leaderboard means nothing. I just thought it would be cool to show it off, but yeah, that was the last attack there. Um, yeah, you really can't take the leaderboard too seriously, like because some of the most skilled attackers like aren't that high. Like me, like I got 2,100 or 21,000. Sometimes you just have bad days, and sometimes you just have like crazy good days. But it ultimately doesn't matter. We still only got 11 or 1,188 raid medals, and it really just depends on how many people finish out your attacks. And that brings me to my second point: is what we've been discussing. A couple of people in my clan, I kind of forget who, but there's like other people that are like, oh, we have multiple accounts. And I personally don't want to make more accounts to fill up all these spots. So if you don't know, each clan has 50 spots that people can do attacks for raid weekends. So say someone new joins your clan, does a raid weekend, leaves, another new person joins, does a raid weekend and leaves. Then say it fills up to 50, like 50 people have done their attacks. If a 51st person tries to do an attack, it won't let them. Like, you can't do any more raid weekends for the rest of the clan. So essentially what you want to try to do is get all 50 attacks in every week, and you're a pretty successful clan. So I was like, guys, we have a lot of missed attacks here. So I was like, anybody in the clan have like extra accounts that they want to do attacks? I don't. I already have 4 accounts. I don't want to do more Clan Capital. So I was like, what we can do is like, you can leave and join with the same account at like a specific time, and just keep swapping out until we like on the last day of raid weekend until we fill up all 50 attacks, and then it'll be significantly better than just having 10 wasted spots like we have here. So yeah, next weekend hopefully we get all 50. We execute that strategy. It's in a couple days. But the final thing I did want to show off is we are finally going to Capital Hall level 9. We finished off all the upgrades in the district peak, and we finished off all the requirements that don't let you rush to Capital Hall level 9. So I'm going to contribute my 1,000 raid medal, or not raid medals, capital gold there. But yeah, if you don't know, Capital Hall level 9 gives you Goblin Mines, which gives you what troops? It gives you the Miner, or Super Miner, sorry. Gives you the Mega Sparky and the Endless Haste spell, and a bunch of levels for a bunch of troops. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the maximum level in the game for the Capital Hall. There's an easy way to check this. You just go to the top clan, visit Capital. Okay, so you can get to Capital Hall level 10, but Capital Hall level 10 doesn't actually give you another. Huh, they don't even have max level defenses. That's actually wild. Doesn't give you another district, but yeah, so you can get, I don't know if you can view their troop levels or anything, but yeah, so it'll be cool when we get to Capital Hall level 9. Our offense will be significantly better, and our defense too, because we'll have another district. But yeah, I'm so glad that we finally are close to this. And we only have like 716,000 left, which I know you're saying only like, but if we look at total capital loot for last weekend, 713. So technically, after this raid weekend, we could be Capital Hall level 9, which is pretty cool. And especially if we do this new strategy that I was talking about of getting all 50 attacks in, that is super important. And I definitely recommend that for anybody in their clan, if you're a leader, co-leader, whatever, to really help with the clan. Try to get all 50 attacks in, even if it means making a new account. You only have to be Town Hall 6 to participate in clan or raid weekend, so you can basically rush to Town Hall 6 in like a weekend. It's not even that hard. But yeah, I think that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.